Hey, what's up YouTube? This is 17 Jenkins here, and I'm back with another Pokemon Battle Strategy video. Now, I do apologize ahead of time. I did not do any coverage for the last day of E3 2014. There wasn't really any Super Smash Bros. 4 news, so I just kind of opted out of doing a video. I also kind of waited until the end of the day because I was thinking they'd do like Pac-Man and release some news later in the day, and so I kind of wanted to wait till the day was done and then do a video. But by the time I did and I found out there wasn't really any news, I was like, meh, I won't do anything. But there was some interesting stuff to note about Super Smash Bros. 4. They did a little bit of gameplay in the treehouse that was on live on YouTube and stuff. And it kind of showed the characters that you can get right away, like of course like Mario and Link and Samus and Zero Suit Samus and all the other basic main people. But it also showed that some of the newcomers like Little Mac, Greninja, Sonic and Mega Man and all these guys you can actually get straight from the beginning of the game. Now it's also interesting to note that you actually don't get Pac-Man to start with. You have to unlock Pac-Man, you have to unlock Peach and apparently Luigi and a couple other people that you would think you just get right off the bat. But hey, I mean, at least you get some of the newcomers right off the bat, so that's cool too. I also was wondering if I wanted to really do anything about Mega Sableye and the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire trailer that premiered. That was absolutely epic. The trailer was awesome. I'm super psyched about Mega Sableye. I'm kind of interested that they went the defensive route instead of the offensive route, just because I kind of had an idea of Mega Sableye in mind. I may do a drawing and put that on DeviantArt if I get around to doing that. So yeah, keep in touch with my DeviantArt account too. But okay, enough about the old news of this week. Let's get back to Pokemon, and that is about Shaggy the Stoutland. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I'm proud of this guy. Like, I'm so happy I raised him because he is one of the top 5 Pokemon I've raised overall in any Pokemon game. I'm just like so proud of him. And I'm going to show you guys why, because I think the strategy has a lot of potential. Granted, it does have its weak spots, but I think overall it's got good coverage and just it's good overall, I think. Now, to start with, I gave him an Adamant Nature. He's got 252 EVs in HP to max out his HP and attack to max out his attack. And then I believe I gave him 4 in speed to give him that little bit of extra speed to go. His defenses are decent even if they aren't maxed. Now of course he is a 5 IV Pokemon, only lacking special attack, but that's just because their special attack's no good. He holds the Assault Vest to boost his special defense by 50%. He also has the ability Intimidate to boost his defense by 50%. And so those really go hand in hand together, and with that extreme HP and with each item and ability giving him over 300 defenses, gets pretty bulky pretty quick. And so yeah, and with that attack stat, he's going to do some damage even if it's not super effective. So yeah, let's go to the moveset now. His moveset consists of Return, Fire Fang, Crunch, and Play Rough. Now to start with Return, I used to hate this move so bad, and I don't know why. Whenever I teach it to Pokemon, granted it usually was like Hypno or Charizard back in Fire Red, when I was very naive when it came to Pokemon moves and stuff like that. I just hated this move with a passion. I was like, man, I hate this. I want Facade. And over the years, I've learned that this is an awesome move, and that it has great potential and good power, and it has no downside. I mean, it has 102 max power, has 20 power points, and it does a lot of neutral damage on a lot of stuff. Some Pokemon resist it and some Pokemon are immune to it, but overall it's got decent coverage. Plus it gets stabbed. Most important thing about Stoutland is that it gets stabbed from Return. Moving on to Fire Fang, I was really wondering what the next moveset would be. Of course there's 2 other elemental fangs that I'll get to in a minute, but this takes down what I feel like are most of the normal type counters, like Scizor, Ferrothorn, Forretress, Durant, and a bunch of other steel types. Not to mention some like Aegislash that have totally just wrecked face when it comes to normal types in the metagame. I feel like Fire Fang can take down like so many people. Granted, it will not one-hit KO a Forretress or a Ferrothorn or a Scizor or a Durant, but it will do a good chunk of damage. Like I have critted a Mega Scizor before, and I've critted it with a Fire Fang and knocked it out in one shot. I was shocked and I was very proud, but of course, regardless, that was a crit. Moving on to Crunch. It's super effective on the ever so evil Psychic type that's so hard to counter at times, and then of course Ghost types, which totally usually stop normal types dead in their tracks. And this actually gives Stoutland a chance against status ghosts like Parasaurus Magius, Thunder Wave. Only thing is that can stop it is if the ghost type knows Will-O-Wisp, then you might want to switch out or get a Heal Bell or an Aromatherapy up on your team. Moving on to Play Rough. This is one of the main reasons I raised the Stoutland, because I knew there was 3 good moves in his moveset, but that I wanted to use. But I really wanted something that would give him that edge against one of his main weaknesses, and that's fighting. Play Rough came into play so well because it takes out not just fighting types, its one and only weakness, but also dragon types. And it works so well with Intimidate because it can also drop the attack, so you've got like 2 and maybe even 3 attack drops against the Stoutland with Intimidate. So you can get some good bulk up with Play Rough. Not to mention you get good coverage, and it's super effective on your main type. Now granted, bulkier fighting types like Conkeldurr and Machamp are not going to go down to this, and they could still probably one-hit KO as long as said Pokemon have Iron Fist, no guard, stuff like that. But granted, it still gives good coverage. Now, this is not the only strategy I've kind of devised for him. I'm actually planning on possibly raising another Stoutland. There's several other movesets they have in their arsenal, especially like Ice Fang, because like I said, that takes out plenty of dragon types. It takes out big threats like Dragonite, Hydreigon, Garchomp, Salamence, all these guys that just can utterly wreck a team. If you don't have a fairy type, you gotta have an ice type to counter them. Sticky Web support. I just like the idea of Sticky Web because as long as you can get a Sticky Web up, Stoutland can outpace a couple of things. I mean, that's not even max speed, and he's still got decent speed. Even if it isn't over 200, after a speed drop from a Sticky Web, he'll be able to outrun some mediocre speed Pokemon, as long as they don't have max speed themselves. You can always do Swords Dance Speed Boost support with Ninjask or Scolipede. I mean, that's always an option. You can always just Speed Boost Baton Pass with the Mega as well, and just go straight on Stoutland's power. You can have a Jolly Nature, or maybe even an Adamant Nature with Sand Rush with a Tyranitar, a Hippowdon. You get a Speed Boost 50% increase from the Sandstorm, plus you don't get hit by the Sandstorm. And so yeah, I just think that's cool. You can always have Scrappy to hit ghost types with, and I thought it was really interesting that you can do Scrappy with Reversal. You take down Sableye and Spiritomb, who normally have a complete resistance and total immunity to fighting type. You also take down Aegislash. If you're at low HP, you can possibly do some serious damage to Aegislash, especially if you have a Swords Dance support going. And overall, I think these strategies could work. Like I said, I might be doing another strategy with Stoutland, and I'll probably post it if I do. But overall, I just like Stoutland because I have a lot of personal bond with raising Stoutland. Of course, like I said, Shaggy is one of my proudest Pokemon achievements. I actually worked the hardest on him out of pretty much anybody in X and Y. He's got max affection. I made sure I fed him plenty of Pokepuffs and played with plenty of mini games with him. He's got all 14 ribbons. I used him throughout the Battle Mason. Went and used him in the Battle Chateau. Went and did all kinds of great stuff, and I ended up getting all the ribbons. I raised one in Black and White. I actually had one in my White party, and like I said, he was my strength person, but he still provided plenty of coverage even with Giga Impact because, like I said, I didn't used to use Return. I just like Stoutland's design. I love animals in real life, and the fact that Pokemon went and made a Pokemon that looks like a real life animal, like so accurately to like a big Yorkie, Great Dane, Saint Bernard sort of thing. Looks more like a big shaggy Yorkie, but the fact that they went with such a realistic creature, like a dog, that people love and can relate with and made it a Pokemon, I think is really cool because not just that, but if you think about the majority of normal types on the first route, usually they suck. Stoutland totally changed that. He has so much potential. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys liked the strategy video as much as I liked Stoutland and stuff. Leave your comments in the sections below. I want to see what you guys think about Stoutland overall, and if you guys have devised any strategies for him. If you have any strategy video ideas you want me to do, I'd be happy to accept them. Overall, I'm just excited to be doing this stuff. I just hope I get a lot of views on this stuff, and that I give people some ideas of how to raise Pokemon, and that in turn, maybe they can inspire me. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time with some kind of video. Me, Sal, maybe even a webcam thing with a guy I talk to on here. We'll just have to wait and see what the future holds. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time with another video. Later, guys.